Roxie with Roxie's Broadway Breakdown. Welcome back to my channel where it's always about musical theater. And if you like that, don't forget to click and subscribe. And I want to talk about best mezzo songs from Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals. They were giants back in the day, and they left us big, huge classics like Oklahoma and South Pacific and Carousel. They wrote a certain way, as do most composers and lyricists, for a certain tone and texture, and very formulaic, as do most composers and lyricists. But let me break this down and show you what I mean. So, from Oklahoma, Ado Annie sings, "I'm just a girl who can't say no." It's a really light, fun, funny song. From Flower Drum Song, "I Enjoy Being a Girl," that Linda sings. And then from South Pacific, Nellie Forbush sings "A Wonderful Guy," which is just light and fun. She also sings "Honey Bun," which is very fun and comedic. And then in another video, I think I gave "Cockeyed Optimist." So, if you were to sing any one of those songs, a director or musical director would sit back and hear something in your voice, see something probably in your character, and go, yeah, they would be right for this role. Because Honey Bun, 101 pounds of fun, that's my little honey bun, sounds kind of close rhythmically, melody-wise, to "I'm just a girl who can't say no, I'm in a terrible fix," to "I enjoy being a girl." Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they all kind of run together. They all kind of sound together. You kind of start to hear a certain type of song coming from Rodgers and Hammerstein. Not all their stuff, obviously, but very close. So that's what I'm saying. Keep one or two of them in your songbook. All right, from State Fair. I think this is the only musical they wrote for film, strictly for film. A lot of their musicals were turned into film adaptations, but from State Fair, "It Might As Well Be Spring," that Margie sings. This is for a more youthful mezzo. Like, if you have more of a narrow range, you have a younger sounding tone to your voice, because it's a very dreamy ballad. It's just a very light ballad. As opposed to if you have a very developed mezzo sound to your voice, you have that big belt range to your voice. "Love, Look Away," from Flower Drum Song that May Lee sings. Lea Salonga did this in the revival, and if you're familiar with Lea Salonga, who is the original Kim in Miss Saigon, has a gorgeous vibrato to her voice. This would be a great option. Now, "We Deserve Each Other," that Betty sings in Me and Juliet, it's kind of just, it's kind of a light, go with the flow kind of sound. Has some big belt notes, but it's not like a big belt song like "Love, Look Away." And then finally, my favorite Rodgers and Hammerstein song for me from Carousel that Nettie sings is "You'll Never Walk Alone." It is in that total range, total same type of song as "You'll Climb Every Mountain" that Mother Superior sings from Sound of Music. Now, if you're a mezzo, you're going to probably want to drop this a little, transcribe it, put it in your key. There's a contemporary singer, Brittany Howard, that sings a fabulous rendition of this song. Go listen to her on Spotify. She does more of a pop version of this song, sneaks in maybe a little gospel in there, which brings me to another point I want to make in this video. There are times, if you're auditioning for a show, you want to stick to the right genre for the show, the right characterization of a song, so that they can see you in that light. They can see you doing a certain character. They want to hear that in your voice. But there are times, if you're auditioning for a certain musical or academic program, musical theater program, academic program, and you want to stand out, or you're picking a song for a show and you want to just stand out as an artist and really set yourself apart, and you want to take a song, and any song, if it's not in your key, you want to do it in your key, you want to transcribe it, do it in your range, make it your own. Do it in a different way that nobody would expect you to do. Nobody would expect to hear that song done in that way. Make it your own. Just something to think about. All right, I hope you liked that. Don't forget to click and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next.